As the Yom Tov of Pesach is upon us, and it's the first of our Shalosh Regalim, it's the first of our 3 holidays throughout the year, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot, our main holidays, we constantly repeat a phrase that I want to focus on, which is Umoadei Kodshecha, and the holidays, Kodshecha, they're holy holidays, B'simcha u'besason hinchaltanu, with simcha, with happiness, u'besason, and with rejoicing, hinchaltanu, God has given us as an inheritance, as a heritage. What is the difference? We say this in our Kiddush on the Seder night, and anytime we make Kiddush on Yom Tov, we also say it when it comes to Shmona Esrei. What is the difference between Simcha and Sason? Is there a difference, or does it mean the same thing? Happiness and rejoicing? What's the difference? So the Vilna Gaon, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, explains that there's a tremendous difference. He says the difference is in how a person has what we call simcha, happiness, celebration. How does one celebrate? There are those that celebrate for the moment, and it's all about losing oneself and doing things to lose oneself for the moment, and that's what they consider to be happiness. And then there are those who celebrate for the moment, but via the celebration of the moment, that celebration is so authentic and so integrally a part of who they are that they look back afterwards at the celebration that they had, and they look back with a sense of rejoice, a sense of happiness that they were able to express themselves in such a fashion. It's all about happiness, is all about how we feel the next day or the next week. How we are going to look back on this Yom Tov of Pesach and say, what was my simcha about? Ultimately, true happiness, true simcha and sason, according to the Torah, is sason is looking back at the simcha and saying, I'm so proud of it. Simcha, only having happiness, is just for the instant, just for the moment. But the Torah is teaching us that when it comes to the simcha of Yom Tov, it needs to be a simcha that lasts far beyond Yom Tov. And so when we decide how are we going to celebrate, let's make sure that this celebration is an integral part of who we are, that we look back after Pesach and see, wow, what a tremendous Yom Tov this was, what a tremendously spiritual Yom Tov this was. And it was also a Yom Tov which we enjoyed physically, but spiritually really brought us to the next level. And he explains that in the Kel Adon tefillah that we have on Shabbos morning, the tefillah describes the sun and the moon as the luminaries are smechim b'tseisam v'sasim b'voam. Smechim b'tseisam means that they're happy. The sun, the moon are happy when they go out to shine on the earth, because they know that they're giving to the earth. But that's it. No. V'sasim b'voam, even when they finish their task, when they're complete, when they're done doing what they have to do, when they're finished with their simcha, they have sason, they rejoice, because they realize that they've just given so much of themselves, and that everyone appreciates what it was that they had to offer. And so they look back at their going out, and they look back at their simcha, at their happiness, and they're able to rejoice. Let us be zoche, that when it comes to the Yom Tov of Pesach, we have the type of simcha, which is simcha, happiness, which at its root is the kedusha, the sanctity, the beauty of Judaism, the beauty of Torah and mitzvos, the beauty of the Seder night, and all that we give over to the next generation, that at the end of Pesach, we're able to look back at this Yom Tov and realize that the happiness that we had in the eyes of the next generation, the eyes of our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, is a simcha that will last us not only for Pesach, but for days and weeks and months and years down the road. Chag kasher v'sameach. And may we all have simcha.